What if everything you were taught about Christopher Columbus, his bravery, his discovery, his legacy, was a lie? What if the true story is one of exploitation, brutality, and the destruction of an entire people? Welcome to History Hub, where we'll uncover the truth behind one of history's most celebrated figures. In 1492, Christopher Columbus set sail across the Atlantic, not to discover new lands for exploration, but in search of wealth, gold and spices that could make him and his Spanish patrons rich. When he landed in what we now call the Americas, he didn't find Asia, but an entirely different world. What happened next would mark the beginning of a dark chapter in human history. When Columbus arrived in the Caribbean, he encountered the Arawak people. They greeted him with kindness, offering food, water, and gifts. In his journals, Columbus remarked on their generosity, noting they were a peaceful and trusting people. But for Columbus, this trust was a weakness to exploit. He saw the Arawaks not as equals, but as potential servants and sources of wealth. Columbus quickly implemented a brutal system. The Arawaks were forced to mine for gold, fulfilling quotas under threat of death. Those who failed to meet their demands faced horrific punishments. Hands were cut off, families torn apart. This was the beginning of what historian Howard Zinn called a systematic annihilation. Within just a few decades, the Arawak population, once millions strong, was reduced to almost nothing, wiped out by disease, overwork, and violence. Columbus's voyages were not just about exploration, they marked the dawn of European imperialism in the Americas. The model he created, exploitation of native people, enslavement, and extraction of resources, set a precedent that would be repeated across the continents. It was rationalized by claims of spreading civilization and Christianity, but the reality was one of conquest and cruelty. The history we are taught often glorifies figures like Columbus, erasing the stories of those who suffered. What is celebrated as discovery was, for the indigenous peoples of the Americas, the beginning of centuries of oppression and loss. Their lands were taken, their cultures destroyed, and their voices silenced. Columbus is often remembered as a hero, but history is not neutral. It is shaped by those in power. To truly understand the past, we must listen to the voices of the oppressed and confront the reality behind the myths. By telling these stories, we honor those who were lost and remind ourselves of the importance of truth in history. If you found this video meaningful, please like and subscribe. Thank you.